Welcome to part number 2 of the Mega Man X4 Kirby Challenge. We're moving on to the 8 main stages now, and our first maverick of choice is Split Mushroom. Split Mushroom is one of the many mavericks that are based on certain types of plants, and I gotta say, I really don't like any of the mavericks that are based on plants. I really don't like Wire Sponge from X2, I don't like Split Mushroom, I don't like the one from X5, I don't remember the name of it. The Rose one. I always forget the names of the Mavericks in X5 just because they're so ridiculous. But anyways, I especially don't like Optic Sunflower from X8. That Maverick bothers me for so many reasons, and to this day, I still don't know whether it is supposed to be a male or a female. I mean, I know it's a robot, but still, I'm confused. Go listen to that voice. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, back to X4. You have to go to Split Mushroom stage first, because the mini-boss cannot be defeated with the lightning web. You can do damage to it, but you can't defeat it quick enough, and you'll see why that's a problem in a minute, if you're not familiar with X4. I know most people watching this will be familiar with X4, but hey, might as well explain it to people that haven't played the game before. I don't know. Anyways, this stage really isn't that hard with just the X-Buster. All the enemies are pretty weak. All the stage obstacles are, pretty mild, nothing too frantic or anything like that. I will say that the elevator sections at the elevator section at the end of the stage is kind of tricky, and I lost a few attempts there, but everything else isn't so bad. Here's the mini-boss I was talking about earlier. The gimmick with this boss is it will destroy all of these platforms after a certain amount of time. So you need to just get out of the way first, and then hit it while it's above the platforms. If you do this the wrong way, you will fall into the spikes, so just kind of plan out what you need to do. It's really not that hard. Even with just the X-Buster, it goes down pretty quickly. I think its weakness is the Frost Tower, and I'm pretty sure if you use that, it gets destroyed nearly instantly. If I remember correctly, I'm a little fuzzy about mini-boss weaknesses right now. Throughout this stage, there are a few sections that have you running upstairs, and I just find that the perspective looks really weird. It doesn't look like X is running up the stairs. I don't know, it just looks really weird to me. It doesn't seem to fit, but it is nowhere near as bad as when they do the same thing in X5. In X5, I forgot which stage it was. I think it was Izzy Glow, but I don't remember. Anyways, in X5, it looked so unnatural. It was just weird. You have to go see it. It's really weird. Anyways, back there, we got the heart tank. I think the designers intended for you to use the lightning web to get it, but you can just hop on the falling platform and get it that way. That's the way I always do it, but if you have the lightning web, feel free to use it there. This elevator section is probably the hardest part of the stage. You have to memorize pretty much where everything pops out and where all the platforms are and where you need to stand and all of that. But once you get the hang of it, you should get through it most of the time. It's not that long and it's not that hard. Anyways, Split Mushroom is probably the hardest out of the 8 main Mavericks to take on with just the X-Buster. He is very quick, and you pretty much have to memorize what he does. At the start of the fight, he will create a bunch of rainbow clones to send at you. Not too hard to avoid, just jump up the wall and then get a few hits on him when you can. After that is done, he will split into one copy, and you cannot hurt the doppelganger. I think your shots just pass right through him, if I remember correctly. But anyways, during this part of the fight, you have to be paying attention. You have to be paying attention to where he is, where his clone is, what they're doing. Sometimes they'll fly throughout the air and try to do some type of ground pound on you. After that, some poison will come out. It's very, very hectic. You really need to pay attention with that fight. You need to just keep your eyes on both of them. But with enough practice, they're not that bad. You should be able to get them after, I don't know, maybe 10 or so attempts. Anyways, by defeating Split Mushroom, we get the Soul Body, and we will be seeing that in part number 3 when we go to Cyber Peacock's stage.